Okay, now talk about those hidden little gems you probably haven't heard about. All right, now talk movies I actually really liked here. So we're going to talk about Polite Society, which movie that came out very early in the year that I just finally caught up on not too long ago. That markets itself as kind of like an Indian action film in a way, like Indian action comedy. But I can safely say from beginning to end, I did not know where this movie was going. And I still have a hard time believing where it went. But I loved it. It was great. Very good sense of humor. Very fun to watch. Great character work. Great cinematography. Really just out there plot line in a way that I just kind of love. I love weird, ridiculous shit where you just like I have no idea where this is going, but I am so interested. So for those who don't know what this movie is or haven't heard about it or maybe just skipped your radar earlier this year, this movie is about two sisters named Rhea and Lena. Lena or Lena? I forget the correct pronunciation. Either way, Rhea is a wannabe stunt woman who spends all her time like practicing like kung fu moves and flips and kicks and all that kind of stuff because she really wants to be a stunt woman, and she's even frequently emailed this one stunt woman who's kind of an idol of hers, but she never hears back. While this is happening, Lena is kind of like this struggling artist who is trying to find her own way in the world, and ends up kind of falling for this rich pretty boy. And those two end up engaged. This sends Rhea in a tailspin because she feels like Lena would never fall for a guy like this or would ever give up her art to be with some guy, as it's just never really seemed to be something she's interested in before. So she tries to figure out basically what's wrong with him, and if you think you know where this plotline is going, no, you don't. Because that's what I just described as probably the most formulaic part of the film. You can kind of know where that's going, but yeah, not where it ultimately ends up. And I'm not going to spoil it for you because you should absolutely check this movie out. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, this movie does have very like quirky sense of humor, very akin to kind of Scott Pilgrim-y, kind of like I don't even know what else to describe it as, but like it's quirky, it's funny, it's has a lot of lovable characters in there. Again, a very unpredictable plot line, and when it finally does kick itself into high gear, it's very well made. It's a very well made hidden gem that a lot of people didn't really talk about enough. And the action sequences, when they do come up, are good. She has two best friends, like Clara and Alba, who are fucking hysterical, and are, again, just having a great fucking time from beginning to end. It's hard to talk about without going to spoilers territories, because it's just interesting to explore Indian culture for me, or like see more Indian cinema, because I just haven't seen a lot of it. I'm not a big Bollywood guy, and I don't really think it goes into that territory necessarily. It does involve just a lot of discussion of Indian culture and how they view like relationships and marriage, and like kind of also critiquing a lot of its lack of. I don't want to say choice because that feels really insulting to Indian culture, but that's how it frames it as in the movie. It doesn't seem like a lot of autonomy. There you go. Autonomy is the word I'm looking for, in their choice of partners or careers. At least that's how it's framed in this particular family. That's how it's framed. So, kind of examination of that and how Rhea and Lena kind of like work to how communicate with each other and how they eventually fall apart, and the over-the-top action sequences that tend to portray, to convey those relationships are fucking hysterical, and it's a believable relationship. They do feel like sisters, and it does feel like they love and support each other even when they start falling out and when they eventually reconcile, because that's not really a spoiler. I feel like you could predict that from the very beginning. And it ends on a mellower note, but considering anything that came before it, I think it's a great time. So I'm going to keep this review relatively short because I do think it's one you should go out and see. It's also been a while since I've watched it, so I don't really know. It's not really as fresh in my mind as some of the other entries I'm going to talk about today, but I do recommend it. Polite Society. You can rent it on Amazon or any other streaming platform and just check it out. It's worth a rent. All right, bye.